What's up guys, this is Jacob Perez. I'm a real estate investor and a mortgage agent. Matt, thanks for letting me take over the channel for a little bit here. And me and Matt talk a lot about doing joint venture real estate transactions. We both do joint ventures with money partners, and I just want to give you kind of my spin on what it takes to become the type of person who will actually attract a joint venture money partner. So step one, if you want to attract a joint venture money partner, don't want to burst too many bubbles with this one, but you have to actually invest in real estate. So if you don't actually invest in real estate, it shows that you might not know what you're doing, okay? Investors are going to be attracted to two key things: your success story and your expertise. So if you haven't actually done a real estate transaction yourself, do you really think it's responsible to take someone else's money for your first deal? I don't think so. So having never done a real estate transaction before yourself, that shows two things. One, you don't have the experience or expertise because you can't unless you actually do something. But two, you haven't been disciplined enough to save up your own money in order to pursue your first investment. So neither of these things are a good look to an investor. So if you haven't done a property yet, I would suggest reaching out to Matt, and he could probably help you get it started on your first deal. Okay, so step number two to attracting a joint venture real estate partner, you've probably heard this one before. It's building a first-class team. You want to make sure that your real estate agent, your mortgage broker, your lawyer, your accountant, everyone that you work with is accelerating the transaction as opposed to simply just performing a task. You want to work with the best people in the industry, not your friends who work in the industry. That's one thing that a lot of people have trouble with. Maybe your friend's a realtor, but they don't have a bigger portfolio than you. Well, if they're no longer adding value, you need to switch up who you're working with. Similar to looking at your portfolio property, you gotta evaluate the people that you're doing business with. The key thing about having a great team around you is they make the transaction as smooth and predictable as possible. We know with real estate, sometimes there's risk in transactions. We wanna limit that risk as much as possible. The second reason you want to build a world-class team is you can actually refer these people out regularly. If you're the guy everyone's going to find a great plumber in order to look for a great real estate agent, a great accountant, that's good. That means you're building a brand and you're starting to position yourself as a resource. Okay, so that last point really leads me into the third tip on how to attract a joint venture money partner. The third tip is position yourself as a resource. If you're the person who's trusted and relied upon for real estate advice in your circle, your reputation will start to grow. In addition to your reputation growing as someone who understands real estate, you'll actually become an expert faster by helping others with their real estate transactions. You can only do so many deals yourself. So if you're developing intimate knowledges of different areas that your friends are entering as investments, that's gonna help you with a future joint venture money partner in a conversation or something that may lead to an investment later on down the line. Okay, and the final tip for attracting a joint venture money partner is stolen directly from Joint Venture Real Estate Transactions in Canada's book by Don R. Campbell. It's turn every conversation to real estate. Now, sometimes it might be annoying if you find yourself always talking about real estate. You think you might be bothering people or coming across annoying, whatever it is, but it's really important that people know that you invest in real estate. If nobody actually knows that, you're not gonna be able to attract a joint venture money partner. Now, I'm not saying post every single success or every single deal on Facebook, Instagram, brag, put it out there, but people should know that you're doing this. And realistically, if you're having success investing in real estate and making money, don't you want to share that with your family and friends so they can do that for themselves as well? All right, but that's it for tips on how to attract a joint venture money partner. If anyone wants to reach out, learn a little bit about how I execute my transactions, learn about financing mortgages for rental properties or anything like that, you can see my info in the show notes below, and you can follow me on Instagram at JacobPerez10. Look forward to chatting with you guys there. Hey guys, this is Jacob Perez. You might have seen me on Matt's channel in the past, but in this video, I'm just gonna talk a little bit about why, as a real estate investor, I still rent my primary residence. So let's come up and have a look. I think this is kind of like a dilemma that a lot of people are finding themselves in. You know, they're approved for a mortgage, but what that purchase price buys in 2018 isn't really comparable to what it bought maybe a few years ago. And the things that you can afford maybe don't fall into the category of something that, you know, you would like to actually live in personally. So there's a lot of different routes to go with it, but you might want to go the house hacking route. You might want to rent a property. You want to wait a little bit longer so you can afford something that you actually do love. But for me, what seems to make the most sense is renting my primary residence, and that might be the best thing for you as well. Cool, so this is my place, you can have a look kind of thing. Yeah, so like I was mentioning, I rent my primary residence. When it comes to buying property, I think there's two reasons that you buy property. One, because you want to live there, or two, you want to invest there. So me personally, I always buy with the lens of I want to invest in this market, I want to invest in this property, but where I live personally doesn't necessarily align with where I want to invest right now. So that gives you a bit of a dilemma. Do I want to live in a multi-unit property in maybe a C neighborhood? Probably not, but I do definitely want to buy a property there where I can raise the value, throw a few different tenants in there, and really get some good cash flow. So if you have a look at this condo, it's definitely a luxury buy. You don't buy this as an investor, you buy this because you want to live in it. So just quick numbers here. If I bought this property, it probably trades for about $450,000 on the market, but even if we're being conservative, let's say I got a great deal on this place and bought it for $400,000. What it would look like to run month to month from a cost perspective, with let's say a 20% down payment, so let's be even more significant there. It probably costs around $1,950 to $2,000 per month with the mortgage payment, the taxes, the insurance, the condo fees, all these different fees, plus just your regular bills. So I rent this property for $1,850 all inclusive. So if you look at $1,850 all inclusive versus, let's say our extra bills are about $200, $2,200 all inclusive, right off the bat I'm saving about $350 per month in cash flow just by renting this as opposed to buying it. Now my landlord, he probably bought this place a long time ago, he probably makes cash flow on it. So he makes money off me as a tenant, he's happy. I make money because I save money by not buying it, I'm happy too. Now some of you might say, well, you're not building any equity, things like that. You're right, that's why you take that $80,000 or so that you would have put down on this, you buy a triplex or a 4-unit property, maybe somewhere in the Niagara region, that brings in rents of about $3,200 to $3,400 per month. So let's just be really conservative. Let's say that property brings in about $3,000 per month. You don't have those $300 condo fees or whatever the condo fees would cost in a building like this, and maybe your total mortgage all in after expenses is about $2,000. So just right off the bat with that property, we're making an additional $1,000 every month. Then I'm saving the $1,350 by renting this instead of buying it. I'm cash flow positive $1,350 every month. I still get principal paid down on a property. I still get appreciation on a property. I still get the tax benefits that come with having a rental property and being able to write off different things. So when it comes to living a certain lifestyle you want to live, or you think maybe renting's a bad idea, I challenge you just to run the numbers a little bit deeper and you might find that renting might be your best option.